Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki has confirmed he will not be attending the meeting of the Central European V4 group in Jerusalem tomorrow. It follows reported comments by Israeli Prime Minister Binyamin Netanyahu about Polish collaboration in World War II during Nazi occupation. The head of the Polish Prime Minister's office said Morawiecki could not attend the V4 meeting under the circumstances.
W czasie tych ostatnich dni pojawiło się wiele, czy może kilka fałszywych oskarżeń.
In recent days there have been several false accusations against the Polish state and against the Polish nation. These statements were partially denied, an apology issued for some of them, but these led to further false accusations against the actions of Poles during the Second World War, which neither the Polish state nor the Polish nation accept. Prime Minister Morawiecki is very sensitive to the false accusations against Poland and Poles, and hence the decision that has been taken.
Nie podejmował. Premier Morawiecki jest bardzo wyczulony.
Right, we were hearing there from a spokesperson for the Polish Prime Minister's office. Alistair Sanford's in the studio to talk a little bit more about this item. Morning to you, Alistair.
Good morning, Belle.
Just take us back to how this all originated, what Prime Minister Netanyahu, Israeli Prime Minister, said.
Yes, Netanyahu was in Warsaw last week, and these comments came on Thursday at a Middle East security conference. Now, all very sensitive, and the place where he made these comments at a news briefing was in the middle of what was the Warsaw Ghetto during World War II. Now, he was asked at this briefing whether Poland was complicit for Jewish deaths in the Holocaust. He was reported as saying that Poles cooperated with the Germans. This brought a furious reaction from the Polish government. The Prime Minister and the President both issued angry tweets. Poland summoned the Israeli ambassador, asking for the comments to be clarified. It seems there were translation difficulties between Polish and Hebrew, and in particular, there was anger over reports, and particularly in the Jerusalem Post, which used the definite article "the," saying that the Poles had been complicit rather than just Poles. Now, the Jerusalem Post said it got it wrong and it issued an immediate correction. Israel's statement said, made it clear there was no blanket blame being apportioned, that they spoke of not the Polish people and the Polish nation as being complicit. It seemed that Poland had accepted the Israeli clarification. It seemed to be the Prime Minister, when he first said that Netanyahu was not referring to individual cases and not the whole Polish state. But then came the news yesterday that the Prime Minister was pulling out of the summit and was sending his foreign minister instead.
I mean, it's obviously touched raw nerves both in Poland and in Israel. How serious do you think it is?
Well, there's different views here. One analyst has said this is not really a deep crisis, it's just Poland registering a protest. But another's been quoted as saying this is all a bit of a nightmare for Polish diplomacy. It certainly overshadows both conferences, and this Visegrad conference is being held in Israel. It's the first time it's outside Europe, and it's supposed to highlight ties between Israel and Eastern Europe. So all this is a bit ironic. In the background, of course, is Poland, the fight by the Polish government to ensure that Poland as a nation is not accused of Nazi crimes during World War II. It's led by the Prime Minister, it's very popular amongst the people, and it brought about this Holocaust distortion law, which can lead to civil proceedings if people say that Poland as a nation or the Polish people were complicit in the Holocaust. At one stage, they wanted to make this a crime, and of course, Poland's long been angry about the phrase Polish death camps. It's all very sensitive. It's brought tensions between Poland and Israel. Lots of anger in Israel as well, with one opposition leader accusing Netanyahu of appeasing the Poles. The historical context, of course, as we know, World War II saw Poland occupied by the Nazis and the Soviets. Some 90% of Polish Jews were among 5 million Polish citizens who were killed. Research has shown that although many Poles risked their lives to save Jews, thousands did participate in the Holocaust. The Polish government is adamant that the Polish nation was not complicit, but some historians accuse the Polish government of trying to whitewash history.